No discipline is enjoyable while it's happening. It's painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. I just spilled this drink on my paper. I am so sad. I gotta let it dry now. I cannot believe that I just spilled my Bloom drink all over my Build Your Dream Life planner. And honestly, it just shows why we need to be doing this challenge. And this series is going to be so amazing. It's called Insanely Disciplined. And this is where you master the art of discipline over the next 5 weeks, aka 40 days, so that you can end this year strong. Because we can't count out all of the work that can happen right now. Your life could literally change next week, let alone in 5 weeks. What happens when you really put in the work, when you really become a woman of your word who follows through with what she says? This is where we collapse timelines around your goals and consistently move the needle forward in your business and in your life. You have all these desires on your heart and you have more than enough time. It is not too late. You are not behind. This is why we're going to be doing this together over the next 5 weeks. Because I don't know about you, but there are some things that I am believing and moving in expectation for, and it's up to us to put our faith into action. The life you're believing God for comes through the art of discipline. And Hebrews 12:11 says that it's not enjoyable while it's happening, but it will produce a harvest, especially when you don't give up. And this series isn't about looking impressive, putting all of your sticky notes on the wall, and trying to prove a point to someone else. This is about you showing yourself that you can show up, that you can follow through. My entire life and business changed when I started implementing systems because it helped my ambition match the level of my execution. So here's how we're gonna do this. The first thing you need to do is have a goal or an outcome you want to happen on the other side, because when you don't have a target, you will miss every single time. And then once you have the outcome you desire, you then need to figure out who you must become in order for your dream life to happen, and you have to think bigger. And I break this down very thoroughly in this video. But there is a quick exercise you can do right now. You can grab a piece of paper and then just draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write who you are right now, the habits you have, the way that you think, what are the things that you are doing every single day, what's your routine. And then on the right side, write your outcome that you're desiring from doing Insanely Disciplined, and then write what that person is doing every single day in order for that to happen and be their real life. So this is going to cause you to have a piece of paper that's showing you where you are and who you need to decide to become in order to make that happen. But I don't just want you to think about what she is doing. I want you to think about what she's not doing. So for me, I know that I have a problem sometimes. On Saturday nights, I'm binge watching a TV show until 5 a.m. That's not something that the person who is accomplishing the things that I desire is doing. It's going to give you a roadmap on how to move forward, which brings me to step number 2. You're going to figure out your big 7. This list of rules, or basically just regulations that you have for yourself, are going to be created based on what you decided in step 1. I want you to be really specific, not just say wake up in the morning really early. I want you to say I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. Or I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. And I want you to choose things that are going to be the 20% that drives the 80%. And I have my big 7 written right here, which I'm going to be reading it off to you so you can kind of get an idea of what you can do. But this is what I'm going to be following over the next 5 weeks. Number 1 is doing a weekly vlog for short form and long form. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I genuinely value vlogging. But I want to show a different side that I know that I'm capable of that a lot of people don't even realize on my short form. I do know that it's a great way to promote my brand Made by the Word, where we're launching these planners really, really soon, to promote my journals and also show brands that they can be a part of what I'm doing. So I'm thinking really big picture. Number 2 is to romanticize my evening routine, and what this looks like is stretching, reading, taking my supplements. I really want to just be the woman who knows how to unwind, who really romanticizes it, because for a really long time I struggled with doing a nighttime routine, but then when I actually committed and I started following it, I felt so amazing when I woke up in the morning, and honestly, I just fell off. And I saw this girl posting her wellness routine at nighttime. I think it was yesterday, and I was like, that's definitely going to be a part of my big 7, because I know it's the 20% that will drive the 80%. And something that I want to do for that is go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods today to try to find, items where maybe I can put a lamp in the shower or have a shelf, or just something that can really like add oomph to romanticizing this nighttime routine. Number 3 is a power hour Monday through Friday, or just 5 times a week. And the reason why I say this is because as a business owner, it's really easy to get sidetracked. So I want to ensure that I'm posting every day on my feed, on my stories, and engaging with my community, because that's what I really value, is having connections, and also knowing I have an event coming up. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can so that the women who are meant to be in the room will be in the room. And I can't do that if I'm invisible. Number 4 is praying every single day for 30 minutes. That means I'm setting a timer, I'm speaking out loud, and also God has really challenged me to do prayer meetings in person in the Dallas area. So if you live out here, I'm going to be doing that. It's going to be no cost, but I just can't wait. I realized that the best gift that I could ever give someone is knowing how to pray out loud for yourself, because that changed my entire life. It changed the trajectory of everything that I do. And that's why I'm just challenging myself to pray longer, because I watched this video where this woman said that she prays for 3 hours every single day. And after the first hour, she's just getting started. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm praying 15 minutes, and sometimes it could be a little better. So I just made it a challenge for myself. I've already been doing this for the past 2 weeks, and I'm seeing so many things move in my life after implementing praying every single day for that amount of time. So I want to challenge you to add that to your list, because that is honestly the 100% that moves the 100%. Like, that is for real the 20% that drives the 80%. Because even when I feel scattered, even when nothing else is going right, like, as long as I pray, I know that I am in communication with God, period. Number 5 is to track my progress. So I'm going to be doing this through the Habits app on my phone. I love it. I've also made my phone really aesthetic. So every single day I can just swipe and just click the buttons. I've already set it up. I do need to update it. So we'll walk through that together on the vlog portion of this. And then I'm also going to be doing sticky notes, of course. And then another part of tracking the progress will be in my vlogs. Number 6 is a wellness routine. So that means mindful eating and actually tracking what I'm eating, because when I track what I eat, I don't want to eat bad, or I don't want to eat as much, because sometimes it's easy to eat an entire bag of popcorn when you don't need it. And I'm not referencing like a microwave bag of popcorn. Like, if you have a Trader Joe's near you and they have this hot honey popcorn, I just had an entire bag of that yesterday, and I'm not very proud of that, and I wouldn't want to track that. So I know that I wouldn't have ate that whole thing if I knew that I was holding myself accountable to it. So that's why I'm doing it. And then also a workout routine, and what that looks like for me is I'm going to be ensuring that I'm walking 8,000 steps every single day. And now that I know that, it's challenging me to think, okay, how can I habit stack? I already walk my dog every day in the morning and in the evening, sometimes 3 times a day. I have a walking pad. I can walk and work at the same time in the morning. How can I make this work? And also prioritizing going to the gym minimum 2 times a week so that I can still heavy lift or just get out the house, really. And number 7 is to have one dilly-dally day per week. This could look like taking an afternoon off to go make a connection with someone, hang out, or go to the pool, or just even go to a brand new coffee shop that I haven't went to before. The Dilly Dally Day is specifically meant to allow me to be more inspired in my work and just emphasize the joy that I already have. And I'm someone who gets inspired by doing new things. And when you go do new things and you allow space for rest or adventure or entertainment, you get inspired and it gives you even more ideas to create content about. And that's why I'm just really excited to do it. And so in order for us to prep for all of this, today I am going to be setting up my sticky notes, create a little vision prayer board, also create a fun little desktop screen so that I can be inspired every day when I log on my computer. We're going to go to Home Goods to see if we can find the tools that I need to romanticize. We're going to go to Home Goods to see if I can find what I need to romanticize my evenings. And also my eyebrows just need a touch up, so we're going to go do that too. This is just a reminder to do what challenges you, but do what is realistic. This is not meant to choose something so hard that you are forcing yourself to the point of failure or burnout. I know that my big 7 is going to be challenging, but it is very realistic for me to do. If I was to say I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week and walk 10K steps every single day, I know that's not going to happen. So I'm not going to commit to that. And the thing is, you can't just make your big 7 list thinking you're going to just follow through with it just because you wrote it down. You need to implement the systems that make executing feel effortless. Just an example for you, I wrote down weekly vlogs, short form and long form every single week. So I need to determine, when am I going to do that? How is that going to show up in my daily routine? On Monday, after I wake up in the morning, I'm going to pick up my Insta 360 and I'm going to start filming my day. Or on Sundays, I'm going to map out the specific things that I'm going to film on X day. And then it allows you showing up really easy. And I just really believe in systems. And so even when I think about my power hour 5 times a week, what days of the week am I going to do it? What time am I going to do it? Now that I have a time, how can I make sure that I actually show up for that time? I'm going to use my planner every day. I'm going to write it in the time slot. I'm going to put it in my calendar. So you have to think of the things that make showing up just so easy, because we're not just showing up with just a huge focus on the outcome. The system and the big 7 is meant to allow the outcome to naturally happen as a byproduct, because you are putting in the work. You are building the discipline. And this is going to be a huge trial and error process, because week 1, you might be like, oh my gosh, I set something that I was really ambitious about and I really need to move with integrity and decide this is not something that I can actually commit to, and then change it. This isn't about forcing yourself to do something that isn't even tolerable. Let me know in the comments what your big 7 is, and if you have any questions so that I can cover them over the next 5 weeks. And last thing, think about the constraints. Think about when you failed in the past. What was it that knocked you off? Or what was it that caused you to not continue to be consistent? So if you know you're focusing on your health journey and that's one of your big 7s, but you also know that you are consistently going out to eat with your family or going out to eat with your friends, how can you ensure that you're still following through and showing up? Maybe that's letting them know now, hey, I'm doing this insanely disciplined challenge and I'm not going to be going out to eat with you guys anymore for the next 5 weeks. Or, hey, I'm doing this insanely disciplined challenge. I'm going to go out to eat with you, but let's choose a restaurant where I can choose a healthier meal. There are so many ways for you to figure out how to make this work. You have to know in your mind, like, I'm not taking no for an answer and I'm going to do whatever it takes. It really frustrates me when people are like, I don't know if I can do it because I have X, Y, and Z. Figure it out. Do what you got to do. You want to live your dream life. You want the things that God has already in store for you. You have to pick up your cross and carry it. These next 40 days are positioning you for the promise, and I'm so excited to hear your testimonies at the end of this challenge. Now it's time to get to prepping, but first I have to upload a podcast episode and YouTube video before we even get started with anything.
It's just the building block for God to develop you and mold you. And if you can look at it from that perspective versus the perspective of, I need to get it right, I need to monetize right this second, everything's going to feel less pressure. You're going to flow. You're going to feel more authentic. You're going to be able to share and be more vulnerable with your stories and what you're saying.
Your girl is back in business. My eyebrows are done. I got my lip done. It's just something about a freshly, threaded face that just does it for you. I feel like I'm ready to attack the world now. And so what I'm gonna do is I really want a matcha before we go to Home Goods. So I'm gonna go to Whole Foods and see if they have that little section open. I've seen people on TikTok talk about the Chantilly matcha, but I've never actually gone, and they say it's like $4.50. So we're gonna go check out and see if that's the real deal or if they're even open, because I have no idea. But let's go check it out and see. I'm really hoping that they have this matcha because I have been thinking about it for a very long time. I'm gonna be so sad. And as I was on my way, I realized that this was on the way to Home Goods. So it's just like perfect. It wasn't open and I'm so sad. So now we're just gonna have to go without the matcha. It is literally 100 degrees in Texas. Okay, they have this. It's $39. But they also have this one. I found this one. It's $24 and it has the little like open pieces, but then there's also this one which is also $24, but it doesn't have the lines. I feel like this one is probably better because the water can flow through it, but they're both bamboo. I think it really just depends on the style I want to choose. Now I'm thinking, should I get something like this for my soap? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I waited in line probably 30 minutes. Like, don't go to TJ Maxx on the weekends or you're gonna be standing in line forever. Homegirl got her matcha. I got a mango matcha from Arwa. It's honestly decent. It's not like my favorite, but where I live, there's really not a lot of good matcha places. So I'm kind of just like choosing what I got. And honestly, me making it at home, I gotta learn how to get better at it. My brother actually lives in Japan, so I texted him and I asked him to send me some real authentic matcha for me to learn with. And I'm just so excited for when it actually comes in. Honestly, like, I have food that I can eat at home, but I've been saving myself from eating out, which I normally don't eat out anyway, but I have been craving just like Asian food or just some really good food that I didn't cook. And knowing that we're starting Insanely Disciplined on Monday, I want to ensure that I get everything out the window of, okay, I have been disciplined in my meals, but because I'm going even harder, and I don't know why it's taking me so long to open this, but because I'm going even harder, I just want to, you know, have something that's still healthy, that still makes me feel good, but is still like a treat. And that's something that I've learned from one of my friends is when you want a treat meal, do not go all the way left. Like, ask yourself, what's a treat meal that's gonna make me feel good but still taste really good? And when you think about it from that point of view, and also thinking about fuel, what can I eat to fuel my body, you just have a different perspective of what you're actually putting in your body. And I know for me, I want to honor my body. I want to treat it like the temple that it is. And so I'm just over here trying to decide what I'm gonna eat. This is me dilly-dallying at this point because I have been running errands all day, it feels like. But honestly, like, where am I gonna get something to eat? Because I don't want to go home and cook anything, knowing that I'm doing my Sunday reset today on Saturday. So that Sunday, all I'm really doing is maybe just like tidying up. I'm resting, I'm relaxing, and I'm using my planner to map out my entire week, planning out my content. And I've recently started doing that because I didn't like how tired I felt by the end of a Sunday because I was cleaning, I was ordering my groceries, and I was cooking. I was doing too much. And as of right now, majority of my meals, I already have them prepped, and I have groceries at home already because I like stacked up last week. So I don't have to go out and get anything. I can't wait to learn how to make this at home. It is officially 5:25 and it's Sunday, and I've had the most productive day. I have my mic here because I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Hopefully you can't, but I have the washer and the dryer going. I put on that Pomodoro, I think that's how you say it. Pomodoro. I put on the timer. I put on the 45-minute timer, and honestly, it was so helpful because I gamified cleaning. And I know I was supposed to do it last night, but last night I had this huge creative spark. And something about me is when I have that creative spark, I just go ahead and do what I need to do in that moment so that, I feel like God will download something to me. And so because I had that download, I was up just like vision casting, vision boarding, all the things. And I feel really excited about it. And I can't wait to open up more in the future. But I got my cleaning done, and it honestly took me a really long time. So I did not make the 45-minute cutoff because I realized once I got started, I ended up deep cleaning absolutely everything, but I feel so good. I took a shower. I'm so hungry. I'm ready to eat, but we still have more tasks to do in order to prepare for the challenge tomorrow. I actually wrote them down in my phone so that we can quickly cover the things that are left, and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to do the sticky notes, and I'm also going to be short form vlogging that at the same time, updating my habits on my phone, changing my screensaver on my MacBook and on my iPhone so that I can be more productive and stay on track. And as a type B person, I'm implementing systems so that it will make executing so effortless. And I also watch a lot of women who are type A online, and it's honestly very helpful because they share their tips. And I'm just getting better and better, more organized as days go by. And then we're going to be planning our week using the Build Your Dream Life planner and meal prepping, hanging up my clothes, and then putting on my nails. So whenever I was cleaning, I lost majority of my nails, and I've had those press-ons on for about 3 weeks now. And then I have a if there's time list, and that's the content plan, which I don't think there's going to be time because it's already almost 5:30 now. And I want to make space to just relax, put on the TV, and chill. And right now I just got an idea of something to film, and that's a breakdown of everything I got done this week for $1 Million Impact, which is my live event happening in October from the 15th through the 17th. Unless you get a top tier mastermind ticket, then you also get the 18th, which is a VIP day, masterminding, all the things. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to have media assets, all the things that you need. So if you are a founder, an entrepreneur, a creator, you need to be in this room. You can go to mikaelainspires.org/MDI, or you can just click the link in the description below. Now I'm going to film this video real fast, and then we're going to go through all the steps that I just shared with you. For $1 Million Impact, my live event happened. I feel like the lighting looks so good, and my skin is popping. Look at this. I feel like my skin is just popping. My skin is popping. This is way shorter than what I would ever order for myself, but my mom gave me these, so I'm like, I might as well use them. grab the tape because I can't have it flipping up like this in my content. I have some double-sided. I know it's extra work, but these sticky notes are just so cute. And so this is my current home screen. I absolutely love my space to look aesthetic. It really helps me stay focused, inspires me. And then this is what it looks like to the left. So I have a verse of the day. This is like my prayer board, Pinterest. And then this just helps me feel inspired. And then boom, my next screen automatically is my habits. So I'm gonna click this. I already did my movement for today. I have not tracked my meals. I did not do a power hour because I'm off on Sundays. I did do my morning with God. So this just makes tracking so much easier. But what I'm going to do is, because I'm also filming short form for this vlog that I'm doing, I'm just going to go ahead and do. So now that that's set in stone, what I'm going to do is bring my tracking, my meals to the screen, because I have a really hard time keeping up with that for some reason. That in my phone somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I'm going to move over my docs because that's my like least. So I'm keeping my fitness pal here so it can make tracking my meals effortless. I have my habits right here, but I also have it here, so it's just easy to press. And then I have everything that I need. So we did sticky notes, habits, screensaver, nails. I did switch my clothes. Something else that I'm gonna do to make it really fun tracking is put my evening routine here. I actually have this on my fridge because it reminds me the content to film every single day, like when I get inspired. So I have a what I did today as a 28-year-old business owner. I'm 29 now. Any current idea that I have, packing my order. So that's something I can film every single day. And then this is something that I can film every single week. So tiny habit upgrades for entrepreneurs, what God taught me this week, and what are my business realizations. So as you can see, I implement everything that I possibly can so that I can be consistent. This is how I've had the success that I've had in my life, in my business. And that is why I post on YouTube, so I can show you and I can help you, because like I know how it feels. I have to be so intentional about these things or else I'm going to be living in chaos, and I'm not down for that. And God has really put me through a lot of seasons so that I can learn these skills and then I can continue to implement them, because this is what I have to do in order to steward the more that God is continuously giving and providing me. Okay, so I have one for my PM routine and also Insanely Disciplined, just so I can have like a physical copy, not just the digital one. I know with my PM routine, there's only 4 things right now, but I want to make it as simple as possible. Now, I could add more, but like this is my bare minimum: stretch, supplements, read, clock out at 8 p.m. And I know that this is going to be the most challenging, clocking out at 8 p.m., especially like knowing that I talk to the manufacturers late at night. So I am going to clock out from my laptop. But if there's any like, small to-dos in reference to talking to the manufacturer, then like this will still count basically. Whenever I get my sample, it's not going to look this all over the place, but here's my weekly breakdown. And so I'll basically just go do my execution list off the top of my head, and then I'll fill out like my non-negotiable calls. And if I know, for example, I have my Made by the Word team call on Tuesday, I need to make sure my deck is done on Monday. And then I'm doing this series, so I'm gonna do a PM routine this week. I am too full to commit to a full week of vlogging, but doing like a night routine on my filming day sounds perfect. So now what I'll go and do is go ahead and write down the calls in the specific time so that I can get an actual like overview of my week at a glance, and then I can see where my time blocks will be for me to actually do these things on the execution list. So the thing is, I know my schedule is really full, but that is because in this season that I'm in, I am stewarding a lot of different things and it's requiring a lot of me. So I'm really excited for this insanely disciplined challenge because everything that I've listed are things that must get done in order to not only, be able to execute as a leader, as a business owner. It's going to help me continue to take care of myself, prioritize my relationship with God, and also just be on top of things and not ensuring that I'm overworking, which is why I have like my night routine. But I know you probably see my list and you're like, oh my gosh, how are you even doing all that? Honestly, God has brought me through the trenches to even be able to do and manage and steward all the things that I'm stewarding. So I have my e-commerce brand Made by the Word where we're launching business planners. And right now I'm like working on a piece of paper because I haven't got the sample yet. And then I have my event. I have prayer meetings that I'm going to be doing soon. And so it's like why it's so important that when I'm mapping out my week, I can go focus like what is my intention. I know that my focus right now is promoting $1 million impact and making sure my team is set for Made by the Word so that I can take a step back from being so into the business side of my brand Made by the Word, and I can just strictly focus on doing what I do best, creating content and executing in that type of way and doing things that only require me. And I know this next few weeks, especially while I'm doing this challenge, are going to take all of me. And you know what? I'm so excited for it because this is what I was put on this earth to do. And praying every single morning, I'm going to receive the strength from the Lord every single day. And I'm just so excited for this process. Like, this is what I live for. Like, this doesn't feel daunting. I don't even feel like I'm working. Like, I feel like I'm having fun. I could do this all day, every day. Send me to the beach, and then I'm perfect. Okay, so now here we are. I actually canceled this call because it wasn't necessary, and I'm like, we just have to move it. So now I can look at an overview of my week and be like, okay, now I can see my calls are during these times in purple, and then these are my deep focus blocks. I'm filming on Wednesday. Editing is going to be the entire day on Thursday. And then Friday is my Friday finisher. So anything from this list that I didn't get done at the beginning of the week, it gets done Friday. And then Saturday is any projects that I'm working on and yeah, just trying to, get out the house or do whatever. And then I know I have my dilly dally day from my challenge. I have no idea what day that's going to be. It's probably going to be Thursday because I put editing at the coffee shop. So I can make that my dilly dally day, which I like that actually. Dilly. Okay, so now when I wake up in the morning on Monday, I can review my weekly overview. I can look at my week at a glance and be like, okay, what am I going to work on specifically in this time block? What am I going to work on specifically in this time block? And I already know specifically these are like the things that I must get done. What content am I posting for the week, following up with sponsors? That's like very time sensitive. So that's going to be for sure in this first block. Well, I had so much fun prepping and getting ready for Insanely Disciplined. The next 40 days are going to be so transformational for everything that God has in store for us. I'm so excited for the person that I'm going to become, the person who follows through with her word, who implements systems, who shows up for herself and does things even when it's hard. I know that this challenge is going to be hard. I know that it's going to require something from me that I don't even know that I'm capable of yet. And yet, even though I know it's going to be challenging, I know it's going to be so fulfilling. And on the other side, I'm going to be someone that much stronger and that much more disciplined. Because the truth is, when it comes to discipline, it allows us to continue to move the needle forward in our life and in our business. And I don't want to get to the end of my life and feel like I have more to give. Like I want to be like, I know that I did what God told me to do, and I want to hear, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." And I just know that that's what I'm going to hear because I am constantly pouring out, I'm constantly giving. And even with all the content I put out, I'm always like, there's so many more ideas, so many more lessons, so much more wisdom that I can put out. I feel like I don't want to say a vending machine or a garbage disposal, but like I know those are kind of two opposite things. But just you get what I'm saying? Like I'm just constantly like I could probably film all day every single day if that was my only job, and I know it will be at one point in time because I really do believe that I will have a reality TV show one day. I 100% believe that the podcast is going to be in person. I 100% believe that I'm going to be in charge of creative direction and product specifically for Made by the Word. I'll hire a CEO, have someone do all that stuff, and I can just focus on my genius. And then I also have something else in store that I can't wait when the time comes when he releases me to be able to share it with you. I absolutely will. But okay, I will see you for week 1. I love you. Bye.